Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Monday the 5th of April. I'm going to use the Cosmic Tarot today. Let's see what these cards have to say about Monday and what you'll be working with. So I'm going to choose 3 cards. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. Let's see what the first day of this new week is about. And yes, the week starts on Monday for me, not on Sunday. The first day of the working week. Let's see what this has to say. First, we've got the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Then we've got Temperance. And finally, the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, that's interesting. So the Four of Pentacles is a card that's usually about being miserly and looking at money as your security and thinking that life is all about work, and if you're not working and creating an income and being productive, then something has gone wrong. Usually it's a card that shows someone kind of hiding their treasure, and it's about distrusting other people and seeing money and your practical physical circumstances as your security. The reality of the card is that it's your inherent value that's your security, and whether you're working or not is really irrelevant. You deserve good things just because you exist, and you don't have to hold on to anything or feel like your existence is based on the amount of money you have or the house you live in or the physical shape you're in. Value resides within, and it's got nothing to do with the body. Here we've got a different scene. We've got someone working as a doctor, it looks like. Beautiful environment, so he gets paid very well. I'm assuming he's a doctor because of the white coat. He's got a sun in the kind of lapel pocket there. The sun is your identity, it's what you're striving towards, and he identifies with this white doctor's coat. Could be a lab coat, but he's got a patient there, so that's why I'm thinking it's a doctor. We've got the 4 Pentacles in the back, and at the center, the symbol for Capricorn. In astrology, Capricorn is an earth sign that has to do with work and generating an income and financial security. And it's about striving to get to a good position through your work. So that's kind of his motto, his mantra. That's what he believes. I work, therefore I am entitled to all these good things. But it's interesting that he's a doctor, because a doctor is meant to be nurturing and is meant to take care of other people. And he does work with the physical structure of someone's body. So let's say she's got something to do with her bones, then he is looking at the most fundamental structure of who she is and is helping her heal that. And he works with the physical. So he's not a psychiatrist. He's not working with the mind and things that are unmanifest. He's focused on physical ailments and improving the body. It doesn't look to me like he's holding on to things in the sense of money, but what he is holding on to is my identity is based on my career. I am a doctor, therefore I am. I work, therefore I am. So the card is saying that one, you're able to work very, very well and you're able to be super productive. But on the other hand, it's saying that you could take that to a little bit of a level that's extreme and that goes overboard, and you start to believe, or you tap into this existing belief that your identity is based on your job. So if you're super ambitious and you want to be a professor, but you're not currently working as a professor, then the thought would be, oh, I'm not maximizing my potential. I'm not doing a good job because I'm not in the job that I like. And that is inappropriate, and it's not going to help you get there. The only way you can get there is to say, I am working really hard. I have the ability to do this other job, and I'm going to find a way to get there. So it's not through self-criticism and saying, oh, I'm not good enough, that you get somewhere. So shaming yourself. It's about supporting yourself. So if you find yourself going to that extreme and saying, oh, I'm not good enough and I should be better, then just look at that and say, well, thank you for giving me the information. At least I have a goal in mind, and I'm going to look at practical ways of supporting myself so I can get to that job that I want, or to get into the position I want. And ultimately, it's me and my value that gets me there. It's not the job that gives me value. You see, so it's not looking at the outcome, the actual results. It's honoring the process that you're going through and this journey and supporting yourself in that so that you can get to that end point. Temperance is about detox, and it's about really being honest with yourself. It's about making yourself vulnerable so that you can access what is going on within. So she is holding these cups, she's pouring out the water, and that water represents feeling, belief, a perception of yourself and the world. And because she's vulnerable and because she gets herself to this place of peace and calm, she's actually able to see what's going on and to say, I don't need this anymore. I'm going to pour it out. I'm going to give it away. And I'm going to make space in these cups for something more positive to come in. So it's about detox. It's about clearing out things that no longer support you or that even are toxic and poison you in a way. And we all have beliefs about ourselves which aren't particularly helpful. I'm not this enough, I'm not this enough. And when you make space and get rid of those things, you can actually replace them with things like, hey, actually, I am more than enough in this one area because I have amazing skills and I love doing it and I've got the proof. So I'm going to choose to believe this instead. So the sun is coming out from behind the clouds, and what that's saying, rather than identifying yourself with your job, I am a doctor, therefore I matter, by detoxing negative feelings, the real self emerges from behind the clouds, and you're able to rediscover yourself and to regain your power. Because you're not your job, you're not your circumstance, you're not your money, you're not your family, you're not your friends. You're you. And that may seem a little bit simplistic, but a lot of us lose sight of who we really are because life demands our attention, and sometimes the clouds can cover the sun completely, and we're just busy, and we forget who we really are in all of that. Got a cute little stork in the background. Stork comes along with the, what is it in the story? They deliver the babies, don't they? So it's new life, it's freedom, it's the ability to set specific goals and to identify outdated beliefs within yourself, to pick at them and then to let them go. So if you are going to be critical about anything, be critical about toxic beliefs you hold about yourself and release them. Finally, the Ace of Cups is a blessing from the universe that says your cup is running over with love and beauty and a feeling of contentment and hope for the future, and that everything is wonderful in the here and now. And I think that still applies even though the card is in reverse, but what I'm getting more strongly than new love coming in is all of this water being poured out, obviously because the cup is upside down, and not only can you detox one or two negative beliefs and circumstances and possibly even people in your life, but it's a waterfall, it's an abundance. Your cup is running over with this ability to let go of everything that does not serve you. So it's a complete personal detox, it's a rediscovery of self, and it's a complete reinvention of self. So if you're not satisfied with who you are, you don't have to stay that person. You can, what's the word? You can transform yourself. You can reinvent yourself. That's it. Reinvent yourself by making space internally, getting rid of the bad stuff, and creating a safe area for new positive beliefs to come in, which really support your identity, and they're not to do with your work or your successes that you've achieved on planet Earth. It's really about an inner knowing and realizing that the success is that you're breathing right now, you exist on planet Earth, and that's more than enough. And as long as you hold on to that, then you can achieve great things because you're supporting yourself. Wow. So this is an amazing reading for this day, but it's an amazing reading for every day of our lives in the sense. If we did this every day and we stopped confusing our practical experience on planet Earth with who we actually are, we would all be so much freer and so much happier, because then successes or failure wouldn't matter as much. Like if you think that you are the bee's knees, okay? I know that's a funny way of putting it, but if you're really secure in yourself and you say, do you know what? I know who I am. I believe in my inherent value. Then when something goes wrong, it's not going to be as interesting because it really fundamentally has nothing to do with you. and you're able to take things much more easily in stride, and you don't go into this whole shame spiral, and you're able to kind of take them for what they are, to move on, and to keep going in a positive direction. If you have no inherent worth at all and you don't know who you are, then if something fabulous happens, then you're wonderful and great because of this one thing. But then if something awful happens, then it's a total reflection of your failure and your lack of value, because you identify yourself with your circumstances, and then that can really be difficult, because then the clouds really cover the sun to the extent where you can't even see or remember it. And today, not only do you see and remember it, but it comes out from behind the clouds, and you're really able to reinvent yourself into the person you want to be. Now, yesterday, to my shame and embarrassment, I counted the numbers, and even though it's like 1 and 1 plus 2, 1 and 1 is 2, I got the numbers wrong. So I'm really, really sorry about that. I think I said it's 11 where it was actually 1. 1 is about taking the energy yourself, and 11 is about being of service. So even though they're ones, the meanings are very different. So I'm going to try and get the numbers correct today. So please excuse me. The Ace of Cups is a 1. Temperance is 14. So 1 and 14 is 15. And then we've got 4. That is 19. Yes. 14 and 4 is 18 and 1 is 19. 1 and 9 is 10. 10 reduces to 1. So it's kind of like the cards are making up for my error by repeating the same number vibration. And that makes sense, because usually a vibration is something that lasts over a few days, and it's something you can tap into. It's not just here today, gone tomorrow. So the number 1 is back, and 1 is about being a pioneer, taking responsibility, and saying, if I want something, it's up to me to get it. Not in a guilt-trippy kind of way, but in the sense of, I have a sun residing within me. I have a solar plexus, and it's important that I listen to my own needs and beliefs and values, because those are the things that are going to see me through life. Looking at my value and what I believe and being honest about that is what's going to get me to this place of enlightenment. It's not about asking for permission or having other people do things for you. 1 is the magician in the tarot, and the magician is someone who listens to the guidance of the universe and then takes practical action based on that guidance. And we're doing the same thing here, but in a different way. You're listening to the guidance of the universe as it pertains to you and your identity, and that's what you're looking at. You're reclaiming your own identity, which is power. Because remember, the sun is responsible for the warmth and the light that all the other planets receive. So when you are able to shine your inner sun really brightly, you warm up and enlighten everything and everyone around you. And that sense of power gives you this sense that I can make changes, I can take responsibility for myself, and you have everything at your disposal to change your life as a result. So your actual circumstances are completely irrelevant, whether you live in a mansion in some fancy area, or you currently are couch surfing. Ultimately, you have inherent value that is never going anywhere, that lives in you, and it's about connecting with that energy and letting it loose onto the world. And that then changes your circumstances. And you can't do that until you get rid of all the toxic negative stuff that puts your sunlight behind the clouds so no one can see it. So detox and reinvent yourself. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading. To audio reading with me, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my readings. And the way I just combine the numbers with the cards, I combine all 3 in my personal readings. And I also use my intuition. So if you have any questions about your ideal job, who you are as a person, what your strengths and weaknesses are, if you feel like you don't know yourself at all and you want to get to know yourself better, the astrology chart is amazing for that, because it shows me everything about you. Or if you want to look at moving, or when the best time is to move, or to invest, or to save, or to start a relationship, then I can answer those questions by looking at these divination systems and using my intuition. If you're interested in that, then please do get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online, please. Have a fabulous start to the week, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.